Hey everyone, I'm Nadine and welcome back to Farm Girl in Progress. Today I am actually inside because I'm going to start planting my seeds for my seed towers. It really helps to extend the growing season and really gives my seeds a head start. However, this is really going to be my first time doing this inside. I have tried it, I want to say 4 times prior to this, and every single time failed for one reason or another. One year my cat knocked over my entire seed tower and I had soil all over my bed. And the following year the greenhouses that I turned into my seed starting towers actually blew over and my seeds were all over the ground then, and I tried it again and it did it again. So I'm like, I'm done trying. So this year I'm actually really excited because this is the first year that I truly get to start seeds inside with grow lights on a grow shelf, and I am so excited to get started. So let me show you some of the things that I purchased to help me get started, and we'll kind of go from there. Alrighty, so some things that I got to help me get started. I got a set of seed starting pots. Now these aren't anything fancy. You could go the expensive route and get some really good quality seed starting trays from Bootstrap Farmer. I just couldn't dish out that cash this year, so I went with some cheapy. It's real flimsy plastic, but I am hoping that that helps me to get the seedlings out of there easier. So for this year, this is what I'm doing. Next year, I might be able to do the Bootstrap seed starting trays. I've heard wonderful things about them, and I would really like to try them. But for this year, this is what I've got. This is what I'm going with. I just got these off of Amazon. I can leave all of the links in the description below if you're interested in purchasing the same things that I did, if you want to get started with that. And then, you know how on Amazon it has the, frequently purchased with items? Well, that's what these were. So this is what you would put these little ones in to give them support. And I do believe I fit 12 of these in this. Again, I will find the links and I'll put them in the description below for you guys so that you can find them as well. And then I just got some of these plastic seed labelers, so I know what I'm planting in which pot, and so I don't get confused. As far as knowing how much that I want to plant, I'm just kind of going by ear this year. I don't really have my garden planned out yet. I am working on something really special. Consider this a sneak peek, guys. So I'm working on creating a square foot gardening planner. I'm still working out some of the kinks, but I should have that up on my Etsy shop very soon. But basically all I did was I wrote down all of my seeds. I figured out which ones needed started indoors like 6 to 8 weeks before planting season. Again, I am in Pennsylvania. My grow zone is zone 6, and our last frost date is about mid-May. So for me to start seeds, I want to start them like now, about mid-March. And that way I have enough time for the seeds to germinate, to sprout, to get strong, and then have enough time to harden them off before I plant them in the ground. So that is what we're going to be doing. When I do sit down to plan out my garden beds, I'm going to be referring to this wonderful book. It's called Square Foot Gardening by Bartholomew, and it is a wonderful reference on how to build a square foot garden, what kind of soil to put in there, companion planting, how to set up like what you want to plant with what. It gives a lot of great information about different plants and all of that good stuff. So if you're looking for a really good resource on square foot gardening, I highly recommend the Square Foot Gardening book by Bartholomew. Again, I'll put a link in the description for the book as well as the seed pots and trays and all of that. And then I am going to be using Happy Frog potting soil. I've heard really, really good things about it, so I went ahead and splurged a little bit and got myself some good soil so that I know my seeds are getting what they need from the start. So that's what I'm going to be putting in my little seed pots. So yeah, I think that covers all of the basics. And then keep an eye out for the square foot garden planner that I am working on for you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I have all of my seeds organized in this, I'm not even sure what this is. Maybe I think this was a makeup sample organizer that I had gotten quite a long time ago, but it's come in handy organizing my seeds. And then I have my seed inventory, so I'm just going to go through them in order and plant them as I come across one that needs started inside. So we're going to start with the herbs. Okay, so we've got one tray down. These are all of my herbs. I did go back and do a second tray of chives and a second tray of German chamomile. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this on the seed starting shelf, and I will water these in a bit once I get the rest of the seeds done that I'm gonna do tonight. Alright, tray number 2 is done. These are all of the tomatoes. This is tray number 3, and this is the broccoli, cauliflower, and then I did 2 seed trays of celery. Okay, so I forgot that I had this packet of husk tomato or ground cherries that also need started early, so I'm gonna go ahead and do those real quick. Alright, so this is tray number 4. I have no idea if I planted enough to fill the 9 beds that I want to have, but it's a start. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this with the others, and then I will chat with you in a bit. Okay guys, here are my seeds. I ended up actually just needing the one tower because I only had 4 trays of seeds. All the other seeds that I have will be direct sow once it gets warm enough. And then I also kind of ran out of plugs because I've got these guys in here who are using 2 heat lamps, so they've taken up my extra plug for the secondary tower here. So it's just the one tower for now, and then things that I need to do is I need to raise these up so they're about 1 inch or 2 away from the lights, and then I'm going to cover them with some saran wrap. That way it kind of acts like a greenhouse effect. And then I'm going to be doing bottom watering. So bottom watering is when you fill the bottom of the tray with water, just so that the holes in the bottom, I don't know if you can see this. There you go. So the holes in the bottom will wick up the right amount of water that they need without over watering. So I'm going to actually give that method a try, see how I like it. I am going to just gently mist the tops of all of these just to get them moist on the top where the seeds are closest, as well as add water to the bottom here and then cover it with saran wrap. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I will chat with you soon. Alrighty guys, so that wraps up my seed starting adventure. So notes for next year. Definitely purchase the greenhouse domes for the seed trays because the saran wrap on those, not fun. And then figuring out how to get those seed trays closer to the lights. So I might need to build maybe some 2x4 platforms, or I don't know, something else to raise those seedlings up just a little bit higher, because we don't want them to get leggy, which means they grow really tall really fast. And you don't want that because they're going to grow to reach the light. So you definitely want them a little bit closer as they're starting off. So yeah, everything else seemed to work out really well. I might need to level the shelves a little bit. They are leaning forward a little bit. My floors are, I live in an old farmhouse, guys, so my floors ain't level. So I might just have to shim it a little bit to level it out so that the water in the bottom of the trays for the bottom watering is level and all of the seed trays are getting water. That is it for the night. I am so glad I was able to finish it tonight. I thought I had way more seeds than I did. The rest of them, like I said, are just going directly in the ground come May. So yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for joining me tonight as I started my seeds. Thanks so much for watching Farm Girl in Progress. Make sure you like this video and subscribe, and remember to grow where you're planted.